What's up, y'all? And welcome back to Dad Needs to Talk. I am your host, Robert, aka Father of Ash, and that's very literal. So I am going to be doing a kind of like a quick first impressions, first thoughts on a new Shonen Jump series that debuted today called Neru Way of the Samurai. Now, obviously, I have a little co-host here with me, my son Vash. Vash, can you say hi? Can you say hi? Vash, stop. You're not gonna say hi? Say hi.
Hi. Huh?
So yeah, he came in, so I guess he'll help me in this first review or impressions of the first chapter. So yeah, so pretty much the general premise of it is it follows our main character Neru, who basically he grew up with a grandfather who was a very well trained martial artist. And so kind of just growing up, that's all he knew was just the life of a martial artist. And so kind of like shortly after, the chapter begins, we get a little bit of like the backstory with his grandpa and stuff. It skips ahead several years to where it looks like he's in his final year of junior high. And we basically have a situation to where I guess his classmate, let me see if they put a name in here. I don't think that they did. Yeah, Okotu Miki. So basically, his friend comes in and asks him like, "Hey, I need your help with something." Basically, there's this girl getting bullied. Kind of find out it's this high school girl that's getting bullied by some high school thugs, some delinquents, and so stop, Goofy. and so yeah, they go. Neru does some very awesome martial artist stuff, and he ends up, getting rid of the delinquents and saves the girl. Well, afterwards, he picks up this something that looks like what he calls a bow shuriken from one of the thugs. And of course, he's asking the guy. He's like, "Hey, are you a ninja? Are you a martial artist?" All this different stuff, excitedly. And of course, the guys are freaking out. They go running off. And so then Nero runs off.
What?
And then stop, Ashy. And so his best friend goes and finds the girl. She's okay. And then basically come to find out that when Neru was running away, he ended up dropping this book that he had that basically is like a family treasure that's full of all these different martial arts stuff. And so they basically, the best friend and the girl end up just, walking and talking. And she seems to have an interest in the martial arts stuff. And so, of course, while they're talking or whatever, and because the best friend earlier said when he saw that she found the notebook, was that hey, Nero's gonna be freaking out when he finds out that it's gone. And so, of course, while the best friend and the girl are talking, of course, we see all this kind of like montage of Neru just like running all over town, freaking out like crap. Where's my notebook? Where's my notebook? Stop, Ash. Are you supposed to go? Hold on. Okay. Vash has left us, but it's okay. We'll continue. I'm pretty sure he'll be back shortly. But yeah, so they go through, and while Neru is running all over town looking for this notebook, the girl is kind of looking through it and basically sees that it has this kind of like picture book or whatever of this kind of like ancient story of this Tengu and this guy that he's training with. And so yeah, so then pretty much later on, the girl ends up going to Neru's house or the area where he lives. And okay. So, real quick, my phone had run out of storage space. So, that's why we have this kind of weird cut. But hey, it is what it is. You got to make do with what you got. So, let's kind of just keep going with what we was talking about. So yeah, so just kind of just keeping going with what I was saying before. Yeah, the just kind of going a step back. So yeah, the best friend and the girl, you like I said, just kind of sitting down, talking. He's kind of giving her a, I guess basically like a recap of Neru and what he's gone through in life. and just basically just telling him that his grandfather was a great martial artist, and ever since he was little, training is the only word that he's known. So no matter what he's had to do, no matter where he's at, he's always used that as an opportunity to train, to grow, to get better at martial arts. And so, yeah, like I said, she ends up wandering around, going up to his house, and she, kind of just remarks like, "Hey, the place doesn't seem very secure." She finds this uh, room with all these different masks, and so she picks up one. And as she's walking around, she's seeing like all these different like scribbles on the wall of basically what ended up being various martial arts poses. And so she's just seeing just stuff scribbled like all on the walls, on the rocks, everywhere. And so we kind of get a flashback to Neru. Basically, he is like a lot of the scribbling he's doing is relation to this story that he was reading and that he holds very near and dear to his heart. And so he remarked, basically like back then, his grandfather didn't know how to read, and so he acted out the story and the book with his actions, which I found was which was very cool. And so yeah, so pretty much like I said, I don't want to do like a full play by play thing, but yeah, but basically like so we just continue just to see more flashbacks of stuff with Neru, and then eventually he comes back up to his home, and this is when he encounters the girl. And so, and I'll go and say her name. Her name was Akibi Haiba. So just in case y'all are wondering, because she does introduce her name, but like towards the end of the chapter. But pretty much they encounter, she introduces herself, and basically she starts reciting the same story that is in the book. And come to find out, years ago when she was little, she had got lost in the mountains, and it seems like possibly Neru's grandfather is the one that found her, and then he was basically like telling her the story. And so yeah, so then pretty much they begin to clash, and it's just a very awesome back and forth between the two, as she basically is retelling or basically just kind of reciting stuff from the story that's in that picture book that Neru holds very near and dear. And yeah, and she mentions how basically like a lot of things that she's noticing is stuff from the book, as far as like spend a year collecting 100 stones, spend 3 years carving 100 Buddhas, spend 5 years learning to use the katana. And so it seems like this is all stuff that Neru has done over the years, over the course of his life, as he aims to be a great martial artist. And so, yeah, so pretty much then we just get all these very awesome action panels, them going back and forth, and it looks beautiful. It looks very slick. And, then she notices like the way Neru is moving is that basically the carvings and stuff, or the paintings on the wall, those are the same techniques and stuff that he has been using and learning over the years. And so, basically she says, okay, you're good, but you still got a lot to learn. And she basically deflects his sword and then pins him down. And yeah, and that's basically like where they kind of like, I guess the start of true friendship is the best way I can say it. But but yeah, she just remarks that like everything she saw, was just, that's how he trains for martial arts. And then, he says, I want to be even better. And then, then basically she says, well, Naruma Isami, I'll put an end to your boredom. And then, he remarks, but the one I'm most grateful, Neru says the one he's most grateful for is basically her on the day that she found him. And so yeah, so basically skipping ahead a little bit, we pretty much end the chapter off. And yeah, and so pretty much the chapter ends with them meeting up, and basically she takes him to what looks like a martial arts school. Because they go up these freaking ridiculous amount of stairs. It's like what 1,018 stairs to an altitude of 1,800 meters. Basically like I said, this hidden area, and it seems like it's a training place for young martial artists. So yeah, so pretty much just overall, I really enjoyed this first chapter. Like I said, apologies for the kind of disjointedness between my son coming in and my camera dying and all this stuff. But hey, it is what it is. No, you just got to make do. But yeah, but overall, yeah, I am definitely very excited to check this out and to see where this is going to go. Who knows? Maybe something off the wall happens next chapter, and I end up not liking it. But at least off of this first impression, I'm down. I'll say it impressed me enough to where I'm here recording and putting out this video for y'all. So that's definitely a positive, at least a positive start. So we'll see if it continues to hold true to that and continues to be great, or if it ends up falling off next chapter. But hopefully, fingers crossed, because I would love to have like a really good just like martial arts series added to the Shonen Jump roster, and for me to read every week. So yeah, I'm gonna just continue to do my best to hopefully try to keep up with it and just see where it goes. But yeah, as usual, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for, if you made it this far, thanks for putting up with all the shenanigans and word cuts and stuff. But as usual, like the video if you like what I had to say, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, all that fun stuff. And I'll be back very soon with more manga, anime, family talk, whatever it is. See y'all next time. Peace.